there were so many random details from today that I decided to make a list. Hi guys, this is Connie, and this is take 2, even though it is still technically a one take, 1-8. Today is day 9, obviously, so it's January 9th, Tuesday, 2018. And it was a wonderful winter day, and I'll get more into it as the day progresses. Because we were able to leave the house yesterday, it was just a do-nothing day. It was cold and gross and disgusting. Not as cold as other days, but I did not want to go and fall on any kind of potential ice, especially with my baby. So we stayed indoors yesterday, which you've already seen in another video. I had forgotten times and schedules. Oh, this note was, I keep forgetting Baby Bear's times and schedules because when we go to get in the car, she fusses. She always fusses. I don't pay that much attention to it. The car seat's fine. She's fine. It's just sometimes she gets fussy. But I keep forgetting that once we put her in the car, if she hasn't already had a nap, 9 times out of 10, she's going to fall asleep. And she did. She slept all the way through. Most of today was Pokemon going because Mustachio and I got an EX raid pass for Mewtwo, which was awesome. It's the first time we've been able to play in a raid, in an EX raid together. So that was super cool. And much kudos and love to the Discord group I'm a part of, because we got this raid from... There was some raid that was going on, and they were waiting for a couple group of people, and I said, do you mind if I jump on my husband's account and I'll go with them, and since you're waiting for the other ones, do you mind waiting for me for that one? So I was able to play both of them, and we both were able to play this one. Super awesome. But she slept through the entire EX raid, which was awesome. But also meant I couldn't leave the car. I couldn't go get a drink at Starbucks, which was fine, because eventually Mustachio got there. I was like, yay! Both of us were successful. We both caught our Mewtwo's. I'm a little bit surprised. I never anticipate having another opportunity to get a Mewtwo. My Mewtwo, according to Pokegenie that I have on my phone, was a 91%. Super excited about that. And then I saw that there were a couple of local raids that were happening like right across the street. So while Mustachio went back to work, I took the time to go and enjoy some more raiding because I got really ambitious several events back and bought a bunch of boxes, which came with a bunch of stuff I'm still slowly going through, which is also was included and not limited to raiding passes. So I got to raid a bit throughout the day. The next one we went to, I noticed that when I record myself trying to fight Groudon, I never end up succeeding. So I've learned to stop. But just for fun, I went ahead and tried to record one. And eventually, if I decide to either edit, I should edit something together because I have footage of the EX raid pass, which we were successful, and I have some footage going there. I just don't edit. I suck at it, and it takes so long. If I decide to do anything, it'll probably be unlisted links in the description that just talk about or have us go through. I'd like to do a voiceover during some of the footage because it has no sound when I do screen grabs off of my phone. And see if Mustachio wants to talk over it or something. I think it'd be a lot of fun to hear some commentary like that. But that's just me. So was not successful that time. It was interesting because I started to recognize that sometimes I get a little TMI about the baby, because when you deal with a baby, you're dealing with everything that goes with that baby, which is included and not limited to various things that happen in their diaper and various things that happen throughout the day. And I just remember saying something to Mustachio, and he just kind of gave me this look like, oh, okay, thanks for that, I think. And I thought it was an interesting little anecdote, because a part of me was just like, if I have to take this baby to the doctor, I'd like you to know what's going on, so it's not just me. And then afterwards I said, you guys go ahead. I'll be there in time for the raid, but I'm really, really thirsty. I really want a McDonald's Coke. Apparently there's something about McDonald's Coke that's like magic. So I waited in line for like 7 minutes to be told that there was no sodas. It's just like, oh, thank you for that. But it was pleasant because there was a family not too far away from us. And just had a couple of little girls that were just the sweetest things that I could ever see. And everybody loves seeing Baby Bear. And she's a very likable baby, a very beautiful baby. And so they just wanted to touch the baby, and baby was not having any of it. And I was like, that's okay, give me a low five, it's all good. And she rubbed my arm, and I didn't realize why. It was because I got the writing on it. So she was just enamored at the writing. Which makes me think more and more how I need to remind myself of this all the time. I digress, though. It was so cute. It was a sweet little moment. So we get to the next place to raid. What I think is interesting is that when I'm in the as a sidebar, when I'm in the thick of it, I have no problem like sharing with other people who I think are trying to do the same thing. Have no idea that there's this Discord group that you can have a group of people who are all trying to play Pokemon Go together, and we can actually raid. Anyway, it's interesting being so passionate in the thick of it. It's easy to spread that gospel. Just a thought. So got to the next one. We were successful. I went to put the baby in the car. I think I had like one ball left when I was trying to catch this Groudon, and did it with no problem. I was able to put her in the car with no issue, get myself together. In moving my phone from outside the car into the inside of the car, my finger must have slipped, and the last ball just dropped. And I was just like, no! And of course the baby hears this and thinks something's wrong, and so she starts crying. And I was like, no, baby, we're good. Mom's just losing her cool over something ridiculous. It's just a game. But, so disappointed in myself at that moment. So, and I thought that was weird because I actually recorded. Did I record that one? No. This one says it wasn't recorded. I think I took a screenshot of it. There were a couple of them that came up question marks. I was like, why would you only come up as question marks? I don't know. But I have a couple of different things. Either way, the one that I actually caught was probably the highest CP that I found out of all of the 3 of them that I tried for. And that was going to the next place, which was the college. And not only were we successful at that raid, but we all ended up walking together because it was such a pleasant day. It was like 40 degrees today, which when you think about 40 degrees, you're like, that's kind of cold. But in the middle of our winter, when we had such a massive cold snap, 40 degrees was awesome. I think I took my jacket, I wore it going out to the car for the first time, and then the rest of the day I didn't wear it. I maybe wore a hoodie tonight when I went to go do my check-ins. And it was just a fun time playing Pokemon Go with other like-minded people, which was just so good. And the baby liked the air, and it was just so comfortable. It was not cold, it was not blustery, and I didn't feel like my baby was going to get sunburned or frostbite or any of those things. And we had a brief bathroom break, and then we decided to go to Costco. And then I also stopped to make sure that I could do this because for some reason in my head, I think that carrying one of these around is incredibly useful in the winter. I don't know what has prompted it. All I know is that I had a couple of these just because this looks so cool and it's patriotic. I don't end up doing anything with them. I haven't even lit any candles with it yet. But I feel like it's just an important thing that I've decided to start carrying around for the last day or two. But I had to get refills for that. So that was an interesting thing to walk into a gas station to buy lighter fluid with your baby on your hip. And then we went to Costco, which was great because I was able to get pictures printed that I've been meaning to get printed for like the last... since Christmas. Since before Christmas, but specifically for Christmas pictures. And various types of groceries, which was awesome because they all were able to stay in the trunk. And with it being this cold, they didn't like completely thaw out until Mustachio got home. Because by the time we got home, the baby just was like, no more car seat, none of that stuff. So we ended up watching a bunch of YouTube and winding down. And then Mustachio came home. I thought she was going to wake up and just be nice and excited to see Daddy. And no, she stayed completely asleep. There will eventually, if I ever get around to editing, and I feel like that's something I always say, I'm like, ooh, check these videos out. There are unlisted links in the descriptions. But I will make it a point. I don't know when, though. I'll edit together a video that I had tried to do where I attempted to successfully pick a giant booger out of my daughter's nose. And I didn't get the booger out, but by the time it was all said and done, I didn't see the booger either, which means that the booger went somewhere that I could not find it, and it did not impede her breathing. So that was a thing. And all in all, it was just, despite my frustrations, because I get so easily frustrated with her sometimes. I hate when she cries. I hate when I don't understand what it is that she's crying about, because usually there's no reason for her to be crying. It hurts my heart. But in the midst of all that frustration, it was just a fantastic, wonderful winter day. And most of it was spent playing Pokemon Go. So that was the thing. Be careful with that and enjoy. Please and thank you. And I will see you tomorrow. Good night.